And yeah, hate to see that. That's exactly what we were dreading, guys, as this Arctic Siberian air surged in from the north. We went from the 30s overnight, guys. And I know your drives were pretty treacherous as well.
It's a 20-minute drive turned, I barely got here, honestly.
Yes, and that was before the bulk of the precip really started, and roads have deteriorated in the last hour. This air mass is plunging in from the north. We're down to 14 degrees in Oklahoma City. We are below zero now in the northwest. So these are the pavement temperatures. Pavement temperatures have been in the 30s overnight, and it was mainly just some drizzle here in the metro. Quickly, as the Siberian air got here and that howling north wind, we've had winds gusting 55 to 60 miles per hour in the metro. What that does is it causes those road temps to drop like a rock. Now down into the 20s. That's when you become a skating rink, and down into the teens in northwestern Oklahoma. So slick and hazardous across the metro, back to the west on I-40, up the north to the north on 35, back to Fairview. And this road condition is deteriorating as that boundary continues to press further down to the south. Our team of trackers are out. They've been out all morning long. They'll stay out through the day today, and they're reporting the same conditions. The things are just continuing to get worse by the minute as the colder air surges on in. Let me show you our tracker shots across the region. You can see them. We'll go out to Val and Amy Castor. Val, you started in the Stillwater area. The blowing snow is unreal in your shot. Give us an update.
Yeah, so we are west of Stillwater right now, Highway 51, pretty much I-35 over here. The temperature has now dropped to 10 degrees. And Lacey, let me tell you, not just the bridges, but all road services in Stillwater and Payne County, all the way to where we are slick and hazardous due to the freezing rain, the freezing drizzle that we had earlier, glazed ice. Not a good situation. Back to you.
Not good at all. You get that, and then sometimes that gets covered up with that powdery snow, and folks don't realize it's there. That's why it's called black ice. You're not going to see it, and you cannot go highway and interstate, especially interstate speeds this morning. Further to the northwest, let's go to Marty Logan. Marty, you've been out for us all morning as well. You're reporting slick and hazardous roads as you've been traveling from Woodward. Where are you now, and how's it shaping up?
I'm between Bounce Junction and Oriana, and it has turned into a skating rink up here, driving 40 and 50 miles an hour. Definitely, folks, do not use your cruise control. You're going to have to pedal it this morning. And we still have drizzle falling and snow in northwest Oklahoma as we continue east towards Enid. Back to you, Lacey.
Okay, great update there, Marty. Getting freezing drizzle that far north into the Siberian air mass, that is not a good situation. You're still getting, just adding to that glaze of ice. Let's go now to Hank Brown. Hank, you've been here in the metro. You can see the blowing snow in your shot. Here in the city, that's what you're stepping out to. Hank, go ahead.
Yeah, I tell you, Lacey, I know you said the cold air was coming. Man, when you walk outside, it slaps you in the face. It is cold. You can see the snow blowing in the shot there, and anywhere that it has a chance to gather, it's starting to gather. In the last several minutes, I-240 has started to get slick. So I think roads are only going to go downhill, for the next hour or a couple hours here in the metro, Lacey. Back to you.
Great update there. That's what we're concerned about. And there are some folks you have to get out. I understand you have no choice but to get to work. This is what you're dealing with. Allow plenty of extra time. Let me show you next gen live of the snow coming in. Again, this is still mixing with drizzle at times, and it's moderate to sometimes heavy drizzle, and then it'll transition to snow and kind of back and forth across the metro. You're not going to get out anywhere where this is not occurring. It's happening all the way up to the north into the northeast. It's light snow mixed with drizzle all across western Oklahoma, down to the southwest, and now the cold front has pushed from Sulphur to Ardmore down to the Red River, and temperatures are dropping. By the way, limited visibility due to blowing snow from Guthrie to Crescent to Piedmont to Edmond to Yukon. That is not a good scenario. If folks are getting into an accident ahead of you, sometimes it can be difficult to see, and you try to react. Yeah, not a good scenario when you've got a skating rink underneath. Sorry, we've got Jeremy. Okay, temperatures have dropped into the teens and single digits, 0 in the northwest, below 0 in our panhandle. And Matt was just telling me in my ear, Jeremy Carter has got to an accident here in the metro. Jeremy, we're going to go to you. Give us an update of where you are. Oh, that's a rollover.
Yeah, Lacey, I'm on I-35 at westbound 40, and you can see these roads. They don't really look all that slick, but we've got a car right here that's rolled over right here in the middle of this intersection. So road conditions are extremely bad.
Okay.
Back to you, Lacey.
That paints the picture. You do not want to be in this scenario. And we're still seeing folks that are getting out of their cars and scraping their windshields because the drizzle is collecting. Your heater and windshield wipers can't keep up, and you're having to figure out how to get that off to travel, getting out of their vehicles, not dressed for the conditions. Man, it is just very, very tough go this morning. Winds are gusting 45 to 50. We have numerous power outages across the state, and our temperatures are just dropping from here. Jed, I'm going to send it over to you. The forecast for today, it is downright nasty. Go ahead.
So just kind of this a lot of temperatures talk about these cold blasts coming in, and they gradually get colder. I mean, this one right at the onset is as bad as it's going to get all day. I mean, strong winds, got that frigid air building in, so overnight really it hasn't been all that bad most of the night, but when that Arctic front blew in, bam, those winds gusted up close to 50. We're hovering in that 40, 50, almost 60 mile per hour range right now, and that's causing some power outages. So that wind has really kicked in. Power outages are going up across Oklahoma. Fortunately, you see some of those power outages go away. OG&E is getting on those and taking care of those. Our public energy operators are helping to get those improved, but you may be seeing a power disruption for a while. Power will get interrupted for a little bit as those winds are very strong here out the door this morning. And the temperatures, again, not bad. 40s, 30s, all the way through 3 o'clock. And bam, there you go. We've dropped off into the teens. So you get those high winds and those low temps, and that's created this kind of flash freeze type weather here right at the onset of this. So conditions have gotten really bad. That's what happens when you get this Arctic Siberian type air blowing down. Right at the onset of it is a drastic change. And right now we're at 14 degrees, north winds at 38. That puts the wind chill at -9. So it's very bitter out there. You don't want to get stuck out in it. Make sure you got a blanket, some water, some food to eat if you're going to be getting out having long distance driving, because if you get stuck in it, it's a big problem, and it's kind of dangerous with those cold wind chills that are going to be bitter here through the day today. So here's your snow through about 9 o'clock, starts to scoot on away. Actually, a little sunshine rolls in, and that'll be nosing into Oklahoma today. As we go into this evening, some clear skies in spots. Other areas, though, we'll start to see a few more clouds build in. But some snow around. Again, as our trackers have been saying, it's mixed still with a little freezing drizzle. So that's going to cause problems on the roadways. Although your totals may not be high, really high, there's just enough a sheen of that ice that's causing big problems as we're starting to see some accidents due to that. Snowfall totals at best with some blowing snow, a ground blizzard up in the northeast part of the state. Here's your forecast. 10 at 8, 5 at 10, 5 at noon. We'll try to recover a little bit, 7, but wind chills, just brute force, -10 to -20. Just bitter air will take us into your Friday. Try to improve over your Christmas holiday weekend. 42 on Christmas Day. We'll be back. We'll talk more to our trackers. It's coming up right after this. Stay with News 9. We'll keep you advised.